Next halacha number 14. When engaged in Shemoneh Esrei prayer, one may not signal with his eyes, nor mouth, with words, nor mouth, or words silently with his lips, to point or not point with his fingers, and he may not interrupt his prayer, even to respond Kadesh Kiddush Baruch Hu. Okay, so let's stop here and decide. So he cannot show like with his eyes. He cannot like show him like the people who can read the lips. All of this, even there is no sound when he does all of the movements. It's absolutely forbidden. In this case, it's considered like speaking, right? So commentaries say, when hearing Kaddish, he should wait and listen until Chazan reaches Yizbarach. Yizbarach. It's like in the middle of the Kaddish. So the first few lines he should listen, and then he can continue basically if he's in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei. So, but okay. So let's conclude before we continue. So he cannot signal with his eyes, nor silently with his mouth, with his lips, right? Nor point his finger, right? Commentary. However, a person may motion if by doing so he can alleviate the situation that is disturbing his concentration, such as motion in a quiet crying baby. So that's a crying baby is common thing, right? So for example, a father, right, or mother, right? She's down at home. There's she next to the crib, so she can put like her hand on the baby and quiet down, or father would hold his son like by the hand because he's crying. Like so that's a different story. If he can do this, like minimum involvement without talking, that's otherwise he would not be able to concentrate. So it's almost like wasted prayer.
Rabbi.
Yes.
Let's say I sit I stand, I take the 3 steps, or at the very start of the Shemoneh Esrei, I'm talking about the very start. I take 3 steps and I'm too close to the wall. Okay? I take 3 steps back, 3 steps forward, too close to the wall. At that point, let's say I've already started Shemoneh Esrei. Okay? I bow and I realize, wait, I can hit my head against the wall. You understand? Am I allowed to move back a few steps, even though I started Shemoneh Esrei?
I don't think it's a good idea. Just bow a little less. So, as we said last time, how much you should bow, like so a little, so your bone on your neck would be visible. That's it. So it's like even this is enough. Right? Okay, so he and he's not allowed to answer to any sacred things as Kiddusha, Kaddish, and Baruch. Okay, rather he hears this prayer, he should remain silent, and Kaddish it's very interesting. So it says Barach. So it's like almost half a Kaddish he's supposed to listen to, even more. It's closer to the end of it. And concentrate on that which is Chazan and the congregation is saying. So basically he stops, he listens, right? One who is praying Shemoneh Esrei during Birchas Kohanim, the priestly blessing, should pause in his prayer and listen to the blessing. If he is standing behind the Kohanim or on the eastern wall, he is required to move to stand in front of them, even in the middle of his Shemoneh Esrei, as this is halakhic requirement, and hence not consider interruption, or a. So I have to explain that. So here in exile, we have Birchas Kohanim only on holidays. That's it, only on holidays. In Israel, Ashkenazim, Sephardim have every day. every day in the morning they have Birchas Kohanim, right? And not Shabbos, of course. One second. In Israel, both Sephardim and Ashkenazim have every day this blessing. So it's this blessing is Kohanim going up in front of the Aron Kodesh, and they turn facing us and blessing us, basically, right? That's the one of the mitzvahs of one of 613 mitzvahs to bless Jews. Yeah.
A question. Birkas Kohanim is meant to be skipped outside Israel.
Outside of Israel, so Sephardim do it every day, right? During the morning Shacharis prayer, and Ashkenazim only on holidays. Only on holidays. That's it.
But it requires the Aron Kodesh. So if I am praying alone, must I skip?
No. Yeah. You just skip. You just skip.
Okay.
Also, only a coin can bless. Only the born coin, and it's if he's halachically allowed to bless. So if he, for example, if he married some wrong woman, that he's not allowed. For example, a coin cannot marry divorcee, right? So if he married divorcee, so now he's not allowed to bless. You understand? So he's basically this Kohanim in some places there are many Kohanim, just because they go to certain synagogue. In a place where I go, there is only one Kohen. I mean, him and his son. His son in yeshiva, so sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. On holidays, Baruch Hashem, he is most of the time, right? So yeah, but in other shul where I used to go, somehow they treat coins very well. So at least they have one coin to bless, or they ask a coin from a different place to come and bless. Yeah. Understand? So basically, what they were saying here in this halacha. So the Kohanim stand like this and with hands up, right? So the blessing comes from these hands. The hands are covered with the towels, right? So they say that you must stand in front of them. So sometimes is Aron Kodesh like a little. They have like a little stage before it, like you have to make 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, whatever, how many steps, right? And many times, for example, where I pray in almost all of the places where I pray, I would stand behind the coin. So I always move. You move back, so you would be in front of him. So the blessing goes like where he stands. For example, I'm coin, so I put my hand like this. The blessing goes like this and to the front, to the side, and to the front. So if somebody's standing like behind me, even half a step, he's not going to get the blessing. So it says here, it's very clear in Mishnah Brura. So if you in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei, you're late, you behind, whatever is it. So and they start Birchas Kohanim, you have to move back, and it's not considered to be moving, right? It's not considered to be walking because it's halakhic requirement. You have to stand in front of the coin, and you have to move in this case. But BeEzrat Hashem, when we're going to get to the laws of the blessing of the coin, so the halacha is a little different for people who are not in the shul. So they usually have in mind, and I spoke to this coin, so I said, he said, yeah, I know. He learned it a long time ago, Baruch Hashem, I know somebody taught him, that he has in mind all of the people, all of the family members of people who did not come, all of the community who could not come. Right, they're somewhere in the fields, right? In the fields, like in double quotes. That's what they call them. So they could be behind everywhere, but people in the shul, there is requirement. They step back, in front of the coin.
If I have to go use the bathroom, am I allowed to stay for Birkas Kohanim or no?
Yes, yeah, you can. Yes.
Understood.
But basically, I have my. Long time ago, I accepted that I want to do some things, like accept before Rosh Hashanah, some things. So one of the things that I accepted, that I'm going to go to the bathroom before each prayer. I want it. I don't. I try. So if you try and if you go to the bathroom, you check, you're good. So even if you want to go, if you feel urge, you're not obligated to go. You understand? Because before the prayers, you try. So that's what I do, not to be in that situation, because you see the Satan is working very hard. I mean, if it says clearly, if somebody has an urge, right, and he prays Shemoneh Esrei, it says in Halacha clearly, it's an abomination. It's not only prayer is not accepted. No, it's abomination. So it's like a person is bringing pig to the altar. So why would I want to be in the situation? You understand? So me personally, I always try to try, maybe yes, maybe no, and continue praying.
So just one thing, just to clarify. So you're telling me that, let's say I use the bathroom before, right? And then afterwards, during davening, okay? I'm going to need the bathroom in 30 minutes, right? I have an urge.
No, but it's never 30 minutes. Why are you saying 30 minutes?
I'll give you an example. Let's say I had a meal, right? And then I go katanim, right? Then afterwards, I go daven, okay? And all of a sudden I want to go gedalim now. 30, 40 minutes, I have this urge.
Gedalim is different because a person can hold it for a very long time. So we're talking about ketanim, meaning for those who do not understand, number one. So number one, it's not recommended. Halacha is not you're not allowed to hold because it can make a man sterile, basically, which is not good.
Rabbi, in regards to gedalim, though, I think at least that 72 minutes, right? The halacha.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
That the halacha is that it has to be that if you were to walk 72 minutes, right, in a row, walk 72 minutes, then if you would need to go during these 72 minutes, then you're allowed to daven. And
it's if you can hold, hold back. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. So I'm saying that's obviously if you're sitting in your chair 5 hours, no, it's much less of a problem. But if you're walking for 72 minutes, then you can't do anything.
Exactly. No, you're right. So it's proper to check yourself, but if you check yourself like 10 minutes before the prayer, and you didn't have an urge, so now in the middle you have an urge, so okay, you can finish and you can go right after the prayers, and it's not going to be considered abomination.
Understood.
But because you did your shtadlus, you did whatever you have to do, and it was not there basically. But this Eitz HaChara will try to confuse you because to turn your holy prayer into abomination. That's the biggest thing. I mean, a person is doing the thing that he's doing mitzvah. It's actually opposite of it. Okay, so let's continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so so this person who hears the Kaddish, right, Kiddush Baruch Hu, rather if he hears this prayer, he should remain silent and concentrate on that which Chazan is saying and congregation is saying. So commentary say one who. Okay, so that's where we left off. Okay, so we say about Birchas Chanim that he's allowed to move back, and it will be considered as if he had responded for the purposes of fulfillment of the obligation of responding. So basically, during the Kiddusha, for sure, you just keep silent and you're listening. And this silence, and this silent response is nevertheless not considered interruption of Shemoneh Esrei. Just because you're listening does not consider interruption. So one situation, sometimes, like on Shabbos, I'm a little behind, right? And they already start Kiddusha, but sometimes there's Chazan, and he wants to sing the Kiddusha. And this Kiddusha he can pray 3.5 minutes Kiddusha. I mean, the whole Shemoneh is 3 minutes and 2 minutes and a half. Right? But Kiddusha, he wants to do 5 minutes. So sometimes it's too much. I until he sings every word, so I just hear whatever they say, whatever my neighbors say, right? He speaks very fast, and then I continue pray. I cannot wait. That's too much. Understand? So that's also the Mishnah Brura is talking about the regular case. Okay, so let me see. I don't know. I think we can stop here. I don't want to start new one.